Sacred moments. Sacred moments with you. Sacred moments. Yeah. Enter in sacred moments. I'm here in this space on this day with you. I'm here in this sacred space witnessing the morning dew. Sacred moments. In voice and in victory, we will share our thoughtful view, conversing and even challenging things we thought we knew. Sacred moments. With expectancy and excitement is this time set aside. Won't you enter in with us? And come on, let's take this ride. Riding the waves of wonder and whimsy. We're not here to do silly or flimsy. We're sacred moments. We are here open to listen and engage and converse. You know I'm going to keep the triune God in sight and first. I'm here with you on this holy mountain of meaning, sharing vows and syllables, discussing powerful gleanings. It's sacred moments. With songs and sonnets and poems and prose, this is not just another one of those radio shows. It's sacred moments. It's sacred moments with me as your host, here to clear and create and commune with you from coast to coast. It's sacred moments. Enter. We are back in live. Boo, boo, boo. We are back in live. Boo, 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 boo. Come on and take this ride. Boo, 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 boo.
I think you're ready to remix that one already.
I kind of like that little remix. Yeah. You know, you have to find words that easily rhyme, like drive, you know.
You're a poet. You got this.
Yeah, I just need to sit down and work on it because I say it almost every time I hear our theme song. I like it a lot. It's cool like that, you know. So. Man, Alter Ego, it's good to be back.
I know. Today was a ghetto morning, but so I don't know what's gonna happen, y'all, but I'm here.
Yeah, we are like impromptu freestyling. We're happy to be back. You know, anything can happen, but anything that happens is going to be good from here on out because of it's a Christmas miracle that I'm here. And what kind of miracle is it for you that you're here?
I don't know. Thanksgiving miracle. I don't know.
Is that your favorite?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, audience. Oh man, it's good to be back. We're happy to be live. We're happy to be well, I'm looking out my window right now and I see the tree has bloomed and it's nice and cool. It's a cool breeze. The sun is out and that always makes me feel good. So
yeah, it's nice out.
It's beautiful. Yeah. I don't know where you're at in the world, audience. Wherever you are at, come on in and say good morning. Tell us where you're from. Tell us how the weather is there. Anything on your heart, your mind, and your spirit, put it in the chat. We're going to talk about it. Really, it's all about you and us in this sacred moment space. So we're ready for it because we like, come on with it. Just don't ask no real hard questions because we might tell you we'll see you next time.
So how was your week? What did you do this week?
This week was fairly busy in a way because it was the week after, and we're going to talk about this a little bit. Holy Week, which is the final week of the Lenten season, and so the week after that, you are usually like completely exhausted because there's so many things that goes on during the Lenten season. But that week before, as we follow Jesus' footsteps, the last week of his life, and that's why we call it Holy Week. And the things that he did and following that path. And so I was in church serving and in some capacity and being served Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So so Monday came, girl, I had to cover over my head. I don't even know what time I got up. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to lay here. And so that I had physical therapy, which is something I've been doing. Guess what I'm doing?
What?
I am in the pool. I am doing some aquatic therapy. Can't swim, but it's something like aerobic, exercise, walking back and forth. And I like it.
My mom was doing that for her arthritis.
Yes. Yeah. Nice warm water, and nobody's pushing you to do, put your head underwater, which is,
you have an instructor that's just showing you what to do?
Yeah, he's a therapist. Well, it's 3 of them. So they give you certain exercises for whatever is your ailment. So mine's is I pulled something either in my back or my hip. And so they're giving me like a lot of lower body exercises to do. But I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. But it now makes me want to do aerobic exercises in the water because you don't feel the weight. It's not so harsh on your body, but it also helps your body at the same time. So I did that a couple times this week, and I did some fun stuff that is between me and the different people that I had fun stuff with. Look at your eyes.
Okay. I started doing, so I make the baby smoothies because they don't like it's not that they don't like vegetables and fruits. I guess they don't like the texture of it. So wow. I make them smoothies so that because they'll drink a smoothie with anything in it. And I could put beets in it, whatever, they'll drink it, but they won't eat it. So okay. I said, as I was juicing, I had bought all these juices from this girl, and like I almost died. And I forgot that the last time I did that, the same thing happened. Like I just get really sick for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Really?
Yeah, and I did it myself one time and got sick, and I forgot that that's what happened. And so I bought all these juices from her. It was a 3-day juice cleanse, and I just get really, really sick. So I said, well, I'm going to try it again, but I'm going to do it myself, my own way. So when I make their smoothies, I do my own. I do 2 smoothies, like breakfast and lunch, and then a meal.
For them or you?
For me.
Okay, okay.
Since I'm making them anyway. Plus, I like doing it. It's all a part of my coming coffee shop, bookstore, juice bar thingamajiggy. And and my pants, like, I feel like they kind of like too big this morning. So I don't know, if it's really working or if it's in my mind. But I was like, oh, I might need a little belt or something this morning. Like, what's going on? Like, are you getting skinny? I was looking at myself like, okay. But I need to like officially get on a scale and see, like,
Yeah. So, I think I might have mentioned this, but I'm not sure whether I mentioned it while we were on the show or just having a conversation. So I started a program that connected with the release service. It's called Weight Loss God's Way, but the word that they use is release, not loss. And for me, that's been my word since November, release, because I'm still in this. Girl, I'll tell you something happened yesterday. I'm gonna tell you about that. But what she said is what our instructor said is that you have to understand that it's also more than scale victories.
Yeah.
Like
to give yourself grace, or not just grace, but like celebrate like the fact that you are eating better, even if it's nothing showing on the scale, because you
Yeah.
know that what you're putting in your body is better than what you were putting in your body, right?
Right.
And so thinking about it in that way, that's helped me, right? Because I was
Mhm.
like you, I was like, this shirt don't look right. And I couldn't
Yeah.
figure out why this shirt didn't look right, right? I'm like moving the shirt around and I'm trying to fix it. And I'm like, this is my favorite shirt. Well, guess what? The shirt was too big.
Well, that's good.
But I didn't think about it because I wasn't thinking of it as I lost weight. But the
Yeah.
shirt told me,
Mhm.
that I
Yeah.
had. So you probably did. So
I think I
celebrate.
did. I think I'm looking a little, think I'm looking a little skinny. I mean, I'm not like trying to show off or nothing, but I feel like I'm looking a little skinny. No, but I mean, that's exciting for me because I don't know. At one point in my life, I was like, I wouldn't eat. Like if I was stressed out, I wouldn't eat and I would lose a lot of weight. But now I stress eat. Like I eat and I go shopping. So like if I'm stressed
Yeah.
or I'm
Hmm.
going through something, like I'll just buy somebody something like, oh Amira, I bought you this, or buy the
Yeah.
baby something. And then I want ice cream and cake and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it's been hard. Carla Wright says, show off. Yes, like I feel like, so this morning, let me tell y'all what happened this morning. That's why I said it's a ghetto morning. I went to my office for the show and I couldn't get in. The key fob wasn't working. But that's how I noticed my pants was too big because when I was standing there, I kept like
Yep.
pulling my pants up. I'm like, why? And I
Hmm.
had my book bag on and I had my coffee, and
Hmm.
Amira was with me because we usually spend the whole day there. I do my work for the week and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, my pants. Like, I need a belt. And I ain't saying nothing to Amira because she would have been like, bye, mom. But, to myself, I was kind of like, okay. Like, I was really like, yeah, like, oh, I need to get some new clothes. But um, that takes me to something I want to tell you. I ordered our shirts for the show. So they'll be coming because all summer I'm just wearing,
Yeah.
sacred
Yeah.
moments, besties. I'm just wearing our clothes just to, promote the brand. But yeah, maybe I need to get a smaller size.
Let me
Um,
tell you something. And I think that like it's interesting that we're kind of talking about this because even this morning I'm not going to like talk about, I've done very well with this program,
mm-hmm,
right? Very well, to the point where a lot of my stuff is too big for me, right?
mm-hmm.
But I also then looked at like my little pouch of my stomach, and I immediately, I was like, girl, but you better not wear that top because your stomach, like we
Yeah,
do
yeah,
so
yeah,
much
yeah.
damage to our own selves. Like nobody has to talk, and say anything bad
Mm-hmm.
about us because we're already in our head thinking the one issue or the one bump or the one pimple or that, that's all we see. We don't see celebrate the work that we've put in,
That
that.
reminds me of Lizzo's show. Like that's kind of what her whole premise is supposed to be anyway. That her whole premise is that, we need these big girl dances, we need representation, and it's not about, necessarily your size, but being healthy, being happy. I like it. I have to catch up on it because like I said, she's kind of raunchy, and so like the kids be in and out the room, and I'm like, you know,
So
but
I did tell you we talked about that a little bit because it was interesting because I'm not a Lizzo fan particularly, right? But when I was like, let me watch an episode, and I wound up watching the whole. I think it's like eight episodes or something, and she
mhm,
is,
yeah.
um, she has raw, like she's raw, right? But underneath that, and this is why sometimes you just don't close books on people.
Mhm.
She did. I mean, she talked about body image and celebration of basically who you are, where you are at, you know.
Mhm.
And I do think it's that is helpful to those of us that, you know, do struggle with weight in both ways, either, you know, being overweight or curvy or being underweight. It's not just one or the other, because a lot of us are struggling that people are thin, right? They're struggling, you know, with seeing food out of the place where food should be. And this is one of the things where I like this program that I'm in, because I realize that, like you, right, when I get stressed out or I'm lonely or I'm angry or I'm frustrated or, you know, whatever that I can, you know, put food in a place where it shouldn't be. You know, it could be an idol. You know, it could be like a drug. You know,
Yeah.
You can actually get addicted to it. It can be your, you know, food is not going to let you down. It's not going to say, girl, don't eat me. It's going to always be like, I'm delicious.
Right. I'm delicious.
Right. You know, and so putting it in its right place. But I think we, you know, like Carla said, you know, listen, celebrate whatever steps that we are taking for good health.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my friends about just kind of what was on my mind and what I was going through. She was like, "Girl, it's a good thing you don't look like what you've been through." And I was like, yes, I do." And she was like, "There you go." I'm like, I absolutely feel like I do look like what I've been through. Like, I feel, you know, so that was kind of a little bit of a, you know, morale boost, because I feel like a mom of twins, and you know, a mom with, you know, I feel like that mom with a lot of kids that's running around with the ponytail. I feel like that all the time. And that's because I don't always feel like doing it up, or, you know, I just want to be comfortable. But you know, I feel like I look like what I've been through. I feel like I could do more, but I don't feel like I'm tired. So it's some small things like that will make me say, "Oh, let me go get something. Let me go buy something else to wear. I got to do my hair, or, you know, let me do this, let me do that." You know, it's hard. It's hard. What to say? I got on the scale this morning and it went down. When I lose this last 13 pounds, they will need a marching band leading me into rooms. That's what Carla said. I know that's right. Like, a lot of times you'll see it on social media where women are saying, you know, you do it for yourself, not for men or to please anybody else. It's just for yourself. Like, you look at yourself in the mirror, and like you said earlier, you are the one tearing yourself down most of the time. It's nobody else. Most times other people were like, "Girl, that looks good," or "Wear it." You like, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, but same, because let me tell you something. If I have to like go down in the size, y'all not gonna be able to tell me nothing. I'm coming on the show with sunglasses on. I'm not even gonna say nothing for like the first 5 minutes. I'm just gonna sit. Like, you're not even gonna be able to say nothing to me for like 5 minutes. Like,
my friend Carrie told me that one. I think it was a couple weeks ago, because we haven't seen each other in a long time. But she said, I could tell you are losing weight because your face got smaller. And you know what, because they told us to take a picture too, which I didn't do. You know, I don't follow rules all the time. They was like, okay, so you have to take a picture in the start and have to take a picture. And I was like, nah, I ain't taking no picture. Now, girl, I wish I took that picture. Because I was like, oh man, you know. But also, you know, I think that we are worth it, because it really isn't just and I'm saying from my perspective, it's not just like your food intake. It's also like stress, right? I just did a whole, what do they call it? Metabolic workup. Where they do, you know, all these things. And I found out for me that, you know, I have three issues that add to that. So I have like an adrenal gland issue, which can builds cortisone in you, and cortisone helps you to gain weight, right? I'm on a medicine. I was going to say, I'm not going to say what medicine I'm on. I'm on a medicine for my autoimmune disease. And the third thing is just eating. So I have a lot of things that I have to think about that I didn't think that I had to think about, right? But also for me, incorporating faith into it
Mm-hmm.
is an element that has been the most helpful.
I know when I was with my first husband, and that was, you know, an abusive relationship. I got so when I left, I was so stressed out because he was harassing me so bad. And it wasn't in a negative way. It was just like, come back. I'm sorry. Come back here. All these things popping up everywhere, like coming to my job. It just was so bad. I think my body just said, you know what, I'm done. And that's when I got sick with the Graves' disease. And I keep
Yep.
thinking about that. I'm like, I don't need anything else. So I recently, because I'm in my second marriage and I'm stressed again, and I have, it's not an abusive relationship, but it's just crazy. And then I had the twins and just worrying about them and just all these different things going on. I said, I got myself a promise ring. And I promised myself, this was probably like a month ago. This is my little promise ring.
I love it. Let me see it. Oh my, I love it.
And I
Oh,
promised myself like some things. Like I got it. Of course, Samira was with me. She was like, "Oh my God, Mom!" I'm like, "Be quiet!" Like I was doing like a whole little thing with me. I had the kids with me, everything. Um, and I was like, "I'm gonna buy me a ring." And so I went in there and I got the ring and I got it. And I like promised myself some things. Like I just promised like to put myself first, to like, you know, just care about myself a little bit more, because I have so many other things that I'm caring about. And I got it so that I could remember that when I'm out here doing things, or like saying yes to things that I said that I didn't want to do, because I know I said to myself on my birthday that I was going to do these things, but you know, you go fall back into your old ways as
yep.
time goes on. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, no, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna promise myself. Like I just made like a vow to myself. Like, listen, Khadija, like you can't get sick again. Like you can't
Yeah.
get sick. You don't need nothing else added on top of it. And when I got the Graves' disease, I had to take this radioactive iodine pill, and it basically killed my thyroid. So now I'm hypothyroidism is kind of what I have. So you can't lose weight. Like it's you just
Right.
it's
I do know
hard.
about that. Right.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
very hard. So that in and of itself, because I used to be so thin, and I know why I have the weight on me and I can't get it off. But I don't like looking at myself in the mirror, because I feel like this is not, my
Who it was.
body, and it's
Right.
because I'm sick, and it's always a reminder of why I got sick and all those kind of things. And so I said, girl, like you got kids, you got stuff going on. You got to get yourself together. Like, oh, well, it is what it is. Don't do that again. Like, don't allow yourself to get to that point again.
That's
So
right. That's right.
I got my
Yeah.
little promise ring. I got my
Yeah.
little promise ring, and I wear it, and I remind
I'm
myself.
Let me tell you something. I'm celebrating, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to use that same line in Lucille Clifton's poem that I speak to myself sometime, and I'm going to use it with you today. And it says, "Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed."
Absolutely. And that I need to put that on the shirt, because I promise you
Glory.
it feels like that. And so when I
I
wake up in the
know.
morning, like if I go to bed at night and I might not say my prayers, or I might forget to pray, when I wake up, as soon as I open my eyes, I'm like, okay. I'm here. I woke up
You
again. Let's
right.
go.
Let's
Because
go. Let's
sometimes,
go.
yeah,
Right.
I'm so beaten down at night. By the time I go to sleep, I'm stressed or whatever is going on. But when I wake up, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
let's see what's going on. Let's do it. So, but yeah,
Hi, Naima. Listen, I mean, just think about like even remember when Teresa Noy was here, like
mm-hmm.
incorporating all of these things that we can say to ourselves and then say, no, no, no. What would you say to your best friend if
Mm-hmm.
your best friend was saying some of the things that we say to ourselves? You would be like, girl, that's not who
Mm-hmm.
you are. You're amazing. Look what you're doing. You're doing incredible things. You're beautiful. You're
Mm-hmm.
strong. No, you would, that's what you would say to your best friend.
Yeah.
Right. So why not say those same things to yourself? Because they are true. It's not
Yeah.
like you're lying.
Mm-hmm. You got to
You know,
encourage yourself.
the last time we were together, you know, and I was like, girl, let me tell you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
No, look at the miracles that you are putting in other people's lives. Look at the doors that you are opening. Look, listen, my hands look. I have my mother's hands now. My mother was 94 when she passed away, and I keep looking at my hands, and I'm like, dang, I'm getting old. My hands are telling me how old I am, and I'm like trying to hide my hands, and I'm like, girl, these hands done held babies. These hands hug
Yes.
people. You know, you gotta rework that the negative and start celebrating the positive of what our bodies have done. Our wombs have carried children. For those of us that have carried children, these stretch marks represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, like, Carrie said, we must celebrate baby steps on our journey, no matter what it is. We are all a work in progress and must give ourselves grace. Ramel said, take care of self before anyone, because we as women take care of so many others. And then Carla said, women depend on you to build their brands. Most business women would not be successful if it had not been for you. And you know what? I realized that. And I also know that because I say this to Naima a lot, and Crystal too sometimes. Like, even though like we help so many women, and we don't always feel like those women that we help are appreciative, or they reciprocate the love that we give them, but it always comes back some other way. Like somebody else or something else, or just anything. Like, literally, it had to be like, I don't even think mom might have been a baby, so he's going to be 7.
Wow.
um so my husband had gotten an accident with one of these rental cars that we had. He had no license, shouldn't have been driving, drink, all this dumb stuff or whatever. And they wanted us to pay this $500 deductible. We ain't had it. This whole long drawn out thing or whatever. That was years ago. And I was just like having a conversation about it with Crystal probably like a month ago about how, like, we not rich. Like, why we not rich? Why we ain't got the, like, what's going on? Like what's going on? You know what I mean? I'm frustrated. Like, I need this money. I need that. Why a check come from Progressive for $500? Like, literally. Like, what?
Yep. Yeah.
Now they have been harassing me for this $500.
So they send you a check and you get a check?
Because we paid it like one income tax or something. I had paid it off because we couldn't do any more. We couldn't rent any cars from there. It was Enterprise, I think.
Yeah.
And they sent me a check. They refunded me my deductible just for no reason. And I'm like, but it's stuff like that happens to us all the time. Naima's on here. She can, attest to it. Like, literally, like, it'll just be something random.
And that
his mercies are new every day, as Reverend Michelle says, start again. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Because that's another thing, like beating yourself up sometimes. It is literally, if we could see it in the physical realm, we would be punching ourselves like in our faces and punching ourselves and, like kicking ourselves. Like, that's what we are doing, which adds another layer of stress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where this thing like release, and it sounds like simplistic, but talking to yourself and saying, no, that is not, who I am. I'm not going to do that to myself today. Like, every day, I'm talking to myself about the things that will build up instead of the things that will tear down, because we can stay in that tear down mode, right? There are distractions and other people. I'm refusing to do that to myself now. I do it, but then I'm like, girl, don't do that. You know better than that. call your good girlfriend up and say, you know what, I'm feeling this kind of way today about myself. I'm sure that your good girlfriends would be like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
like Cher did in Moonglow when she smacked the heck out of the guy. Snap out of it,
Yeah, Naima be like, girl, we doing everything. That's what she said. She said, it really does. We are abundantly blessed and going to do what we are blessed to do anyway. So it's all good. Yeah, like she's like, we doing everything. It don't like whatever it is, it's going to be all right. But we take turns. That's the benefit of having like somebody like that in your life. Like she'll call me like, feeling, over it. And I'm like, no, we're going to be good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but that's the purpose of me getting this ring, because I just needed that reminder. Like when I look around at my surroundings, it just seems like bleak and like hopelessness, and I just feel like, oh my God, like nothing's getting better. It's always the same cycle. But this is a reminder, like, well, actually, it's not. Like you have, moved the needle. You are in a different spot than you were last year, at least even in my mind, just how I think about things. A lot of things that would consume me and have me stressed and not eating or eating too much, I kind of, I don't worry about as much anymore. But I just got to start doing stuff for myself. Like, if I want to order those garlic parmesan wings and y'all eat oodles and noodles, that's what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, I've done enough for everybody. And sometimes, I don't know. Life is short, and I got to take some time to focus on me as best as I can, within my situation. Like I can't really do too much, now with the babies, trying to get them to a point where I feel more comfortable leaving them. So just within, my life and the way it's going now, I got to start putting a lot more emphasis on me and what I want to do. Which brings us to an event we're having today at 2:00.
Okay.
We are having the event for parents and caregivers of children with autism. It's a virtual event. It's a free event. And we're just going to be talking about just care for the caregivers and the parents. There's a lot of information out there for the children. There's not a lot of resources for the parents, though. It's hard.
Really?
Like if you think about it, if you have a child that's like a typical child, you might can get a babysitter here and there. But if your child is like mine and eats poop, nobody's really trying to deal with that. Okay. So, it's hard. You can't just pick up the phone and be like, can you come watch them? Plus, there's 2 of them. Plus, it's hard to, find help or just a break. Sometimes you just need to breathe. It's very stressful. Sometimes they have issues with sleeping, so you're up all night and then you have to get up in the morning if you have other kids. So we just want to try to create a space for parents. So we're starting with this event, but ultimately we want to have a house, like a respite care for parents, caregivers. We want to get some more sensory rooms out here for our children, just some different things. Like, and then those children grow up to be adults, and the world is not really set up for them. You saw the guy, I think he might have been a teenager or an adult, but he was in Target trying to buy something with his Easter money or something like that, and the cops like tackled him, and then the sister was trying to say, well, he has autism, he's autistic, right? Yeah, and then he like locked her up. And it's just hard. So if you have a son, you have a black son, you're already worried about your black son out here in these streets. But then if you have a black son that is autistic and there is an adult out here living in this world, it's scary. So that's a lot of extra stress as a mother. So that's why we're having this event. We're starting with that. So the link is bestiesbusiness.org/events. Get your free ticket. It's 2 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time today. Just talking about self-care. I don't know. It's just hard. Being a parent is hard. Period.
By yourself, yeah.
Just that in and of itself. And with that added on, it's even harder. So hope you guys.
You're taking things that are happening and you are helping people while hopefully you are helping yourself at the same time. So while you're, doing that, you do want to set time aside for you, right? We're going to really work on that promise that you made
Yeah,
to
but you
yourself.
know what? I before I even knew that about my twins, though, when I was my friend Crystal, her son, he has autism and a couple of other ailments. We were trying to put together a program then, because sometimes if it's not in your, your life, you don't know about it. So I
Exactly.
didn't know
Yeah.
anything about it, and we were trying. I was like, well, those kids sometimes are really smart, even though they're not necessarily verbal like we are, and they don't communicate like we are. Let's put together, maybe we could do like a tech program, something that they can understand. We tried to raise
Oh,
money for it. That was probably like 2 years ago. We didn't get that much
okay.
help with it then, but I think it's something that we could circle back. So that was kind of like a foreshadowing, I guess, of God, like, I got something coming for you, because I had no idea then when it happened. But yeah,
How old were they when they were diagnosed with that?
they got diagnosed in December.
Okay.
So it hasn't been that long.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's because it was COVID and it was so much going on, and then they were sick. So for like the first 2 years of their life, they were sick a lot. They were in and out the hospital for GI issues. It just was a lot going on. So
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
didn't know. But yeah, I'm that's why I got this ring. It's I'm not overwhelming myself with anything else. It falls in line of what we're doing with our nonprofit. We're just do one thing at a time. So, this month we're doing this. We're still trying to put on our big senior self-care event that we tried to do right before COVID hit.
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're going to do that again. We still want to do, work with, rape and trauma survivors, sexual assault. We want to do some work with that. So, like I said, Naima said we doing everything, and we are.
Naima is right. She is right.
Yeah, we doing everything, but we are. But I don't know. I still take my time. I play my Sims. I read my
Okay.
books.
Yes, you are
I drink
reading.
my coffee.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
chill. I chill and I
Yeah.
watch the ID channel. So I take time for myself.
Okay.
You
I
know.
mean, I'm hoping that, those of us that are listening and will listen, that we'll, take this, take today, tomorrow, and start, the week is a new week, as I said, and Carrie said earlier, that we start again. It's no harm, no foul, and beginning again, reassessing, taking some time to breathe. Breathing is like, people, like, we take breathing for granted, but I try sometime to do my little breathing exercises where I'm inhaling peace and exhaling pain, and inhaling blessings and exhaling burdens. Like, I have this mantra in my head where it's just releasing that, and that brings your blood pressure down, that gives your heart time to kind of calm yourself down, even feeling like, oh, why is my hand so tight? Like stress, holding stress in your body, and
Mhm.
releasing that, because that then gives you the energy to do some of those things that, like you said, you have to take care of your children. You have to spend time doing the things that we have to do. But it is important for us to put ourselves on that same list of caretaking as we do other people. Naima saying something here.
She said I was so annoyed with that. I'm always worried about how law enforcement engage people on the spectrum. And Naima is another one. Like I said, we have so many things we want to do, but she has to get into politics so that she can so
Change
she
some
can.
laws and
Yeah,
stuff.
we need some legislation about that. We need some training for these officers. But that's why we start with the conversations. But yeah, self-care is important. That's going to be a big thing that we're talking about today for the
Mhm.
parents, because you get so lost in your kids and their therapies. That they have 4 and 5 therapies that they have to go to, and then you're constantly engaging with them to try to get them to talk or to do whatever it is. You don't take time for yourself. We're
Mhm.
also going to be raffling off self-care kits. We have some things that we're trying to do for the parents. Like I said, it's usually just us rocking out, funding this thing, but we know some big blessings are coming because we're doing good work. So we really want to look out for the parents. Self-care is a big deal. I went so long, not doing it or even not just thinking about it. Like I will always do my little skincare routine. Shout out to Go Beautiful with 2L skincare.
Yep.
I used to always do my skincare routine. That was like my little 5 minutes to myself, but I'm really, really focusing on, so Khadija, son, what is it that you like to do? So if I got to play The Sims and that's all I can do because I don't have a babysitter, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going,
Yeah.
The dishes might have to wait because I need a minute to decompress and that's what I need to do. So yeah, I hope, people come out. I hope you guys, if you have any ideas, if you want to help, if you want to support, let me know. We want to have our Sacred Moments merch coming out. So make sure you support the show with that. So hopefully next show, I'll be able to have the shirts and we could show everybody what they look like.
Yeah. I think that I feel in my heart and my spirit like we are continuing and also expanding in ways that we may not have even thought about before, but it's going to be happening. And we just need to be aware and be open. And I really am so thankful for this show because it really is a time for us to just kind of share and talk, and we have great guests and our conversations with each other and with the audience. And I think that we can take these conversations and let them be like jumping boards for the good health of our mind, our body, and our spirit, and to even encourage each other and celebrate each other, right? Like there are so many places and spaces, especially for Black women. We've seen it, with what happened with Judge Brown, Jackson, that are just fighting to depress us and to diminish our light. And this Sacred Moments and Sacred Space Ministry are places where we are celebrating our faith, our God, the way that we operate in the world, saying that we are not here. And listen, you getting ready to I might go get me a promise ring because you done sparked something in me with that promise ring.
Get
Because
one.
make a promise to yourself.
Listen,
you ain't got
I went there like, Miss, I don't want nothing over $200. I want something. I need something I could take with me right now, and I don't want it to be big and extra. She was like, okay. Amir was like, Mom, you're really getting the ring? I was like, yes, I am. Now be quiet. Because it was like a whole thing in my mind. Like, It was a whole thing. I was in the mall. I was walking by. I had the babies in the stroller. They falling all out the stroller. Yeah, I had a mirror in my ear. And I just went into a space.
No.
And I was just like, no, let me do this. And I'm serious. Like,
Yeah.
Like, let me do this. And I made the promise right there.
Yeah.
Like, I can't care. That's one of my cousins, Nikki. She used to say that all the time. I thought it was so funny, but now I get it. Like, I can't care about certain things. Like, I do not want to be sick again. I don't need anything else added on my plate.
Right.
That's also why I'm trying to do the whole smoothie thing. Like, I don't need, diabetes or anything else because I'm eating crazy.
Yeah.
I don't need anything else. Like, it's already, you never know. Like, you can wake up and now, you going just because.
That's
I don't
right.
need anything else on there. Yeah, we're writing grants. We have great partners and we all looking for more. Like I said, any donation, $1, $2, anything that you want to donate to the many, many causes that we're doing. We're just trying to nation build, as Naima calls it. We're just trying to do what we can do for our community without killing ourselves.
Right. Yeah, well, audience, I hope that you will tap into all of the various events that Bestie's business is offering, and listen, sow a seed into the organization. It will come back to you, and it'll just come back to you in the sense of it is a blessing to be able to give and to add to something that is going to go to very good causes and to help people that you may not be able to touch, but put it in a pot and let that pot grow and, and make an impact. If you always wanted to be a person to make an impact, here's a way to do it. So I'm going to encourage all of us to think about how we can, partner with Bestie's business and media and business and put the thing back across the screen so people can see that one more time.
And I just had a thought. We need to do like a conference, like a sacred moment conference. That would be nice to have everybody come out and just talk. Like we had a lot of really nice guests on. Just like have like a healing session. Everybody
I'm down.
Everybody come together. We put it all out and we leave it there. We leave. We come back ready, refreshed.
That's perfect. I actually went to something like that last Saturday. That was amazing. The way the way they had it set up. We were at different stations, and it was time for like contemplation. It was prayer time. It was reflection time. Then it was coming together time. We burned letters in the fire pit, and that went. Yes, we can talk about something like that, and we need help. So those of us that are creative, come on with it. This has been a wonderful conversation. I always so enjoy just having this conversation with you and with those that are listening now, those that are listening later. We look forward to next month, because next month is a big month. You want to know why it's a big month? It's my birthday month. Woo! Okay. It's my birthday month. Woo! I'm going to be another year older. And ain't none of your business how old I am. And ain't none of your business how old I
am. That's so funny.
I must have been a rapper in my other life. I don't know. Oh, my Lord. All right, we got to go. I do feel very led today to end our session in a word of encouragement and prayer. So I want to do that. So audience, Lord, we do thank you for the blessing of this beautiful day, and for the encouragement that you've given us through those that are listening, those that posted, those that sent words of encouragement. We thank you for what you are doing in our lives. Lord, we have lived through things and we do not look like what we have been through. And I pray, God, that we would remember who we are in you as we take our steps forward, not just in this day, but in the days ahead. Would you encourage and empower your daughters and your sons today to know who they are, to rest in your word and in your power and in your might, and then get up and go forward in that power. It is not just of ourselves, but it is because of you, because of how you love us, how you care for us, how you reassure us, how you revive us, how you refresh us, that we can keep going. So God, we give you our cares, our concerns, our circumstances, our problems, our pains, our issues, and our illness. And we claim it to be that we will rise up, like Maya said, that we would rise up out of all that people try to depress us down and even in ourselves. And we will speak a life today, not just to others, but to ourselves. And we will celebrate, like Lucille Clifton says, that even though every day something has tried to kill us, it has failed. So God, thank you. Thank you for all that you are, and for this time, and for this show, and for this ministry, and for this organization, and for Khadijah Phillips' alter ego, and the gift that you have given her, and the visions that you have given her. We thank you, we bless you, we praise you, for it is in your name that we do pray and seal this prayer. Ashe and amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, people. Have a great week.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.